Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for hanging out with me for another Project Life video. If you'd like to see what I'm going to do this week, stick around. What's up, friends? It's Jen with ChappyPlans. I hope your week is off to a great start. Happy Monday if you're watching this when this goes live. I am beyond excited for this video because today is a collab with my dear friend Jenny at Jenny Garcia, and I'll link her YouTube video and channel below. You will definitely want to check her out if you haven't yet. I just love her, and we have very similar tastes in just aesthetic and our vibe, the things that we're into. And this week we wanted to collab and do our Project Life kit using Tracy Reed's Fierce printable collection. It's amazing. When this video goes up, I think it will still be June. Yes, it will be June. So it's still Pride Month, even though Pride is all year, of course. But this collection is super special. Tracy Reed, she does all digital online printable kits. And this collection is her way of celebrating love, diversity, and all things fabulous. And it's called Fierce. It is designed for the LGBTQ plus community and allies. So we are excited, Jenny and I, to showcase our pride and, you know, showcase our memories. So that is my inspo and jumping point for this entire week's spread. And usually I have to speed this video up to like 10 times the speed that it takes me to plan in real life because I'm slow and I don't mind being slow. I like taking my time. I like playing with all the things. And so to accent this collection, I also had purchased the stickers. Shout out to Tracy Reed herself for helping me troubleshoot my Cricut for the very first time. So I did figure out how to print then cut these stickers that came with the collection that I purchased. You can purchase each of these elements separately. So you can purchase just the stickers or just the Traveler's Notebook size papers or just the note cards or just the 12 by 12 papers. And if you're intimidated at all by print then cut or even just digital scrapbooking, which I totally was, check out her YouTube, Tracy Reed, because she has tutorials. She is extremely helpful. And I can't say enough good things about either Tracy Reed or Jenny Garcia. So without further ado, I'm going to put this on fast forward and do my voiceover. So let's go, let's go. Picked out some super fun washi. This checkered washi is from a older damask glove collection, and that rainbow stripe washi that I decided not to use on this particular photo is from Pipsticks, and then the heart washi, I don't know, Amy Tangerine. Older Amy Tangerine. And I'm using some of the stickers from the Fierce collection to do a bit of journaling, talking about how I got my car detailed that day. And because I didn't have my car, one of my friends brought Nora home, and Nora and my friend's two girls jumped on the trampoline for a while, and then we read every day, and she read this book called Something Happened in Our Town, which was a book about some injustice that happened, and it was a really good book. Nora enjoyed reading it. I did use some elements, just the chipboard from, I think it might have been the April Paper Person kit, and then all the puffy hearts are from various Paper Person embellishments, and I just used my roller date stamp on each of the photos. I was going to use those frames in the bottom left corner, but I ended up not using them, which is totally fine. I had plenty to work with between the cards and just the bright patterns on the cards. In fact, that's why I kept the embellishments so simple this time, because the cards are so colorful and the rainbows are so bright and fun and the patterns are wild. So I really just try to keep it simple with some of the stickers, a few puffy hearts here and there, maybe some washi and some simple stamp sentiments. I used the 3x4 set from Paper Person. It just and I stamped my found a new favorite book. And then I'm just decorating this 4x6 card that says y'all means all. Love the patterns on that. And so again, just kept it simple with some washi. Oh, and those people dancing, I have no clue where that's from. I want to say it's from like Joanne or something, but I couldn't even tell you. Sorry. I will link the Fierce kit in the description box in case you're interested in getting one for yourself. And as always, like the Paper Person Documenter kit, my affiliate links for my page protectors and scrapbook album that I house all my Project Life spreads in. And then this card is just proud to be an ally. I put a red puffy heart in the middle of the A. In retrospect, I wish I had gone with a different color because you can't even tell that it's there, but I'm not going to change it at this point, so it is what it is. But that was really simple. And I did a flip up here of our Tuesday adventure, where after school they were doing Scholastic Book Fair. Every year they do this because Nora's at a high needs school where they give away a ton of books for free. And the PTA was sponsoring pizza just to give away, and then there were some fun tunes and Nora was dancing. And so we just snapped this selfie, and then I have the card that says every person deserves to be treated with respect. Doing some journaling there on the card about Nora dancing to the tunes that were playing. And then I decided to add in these little like hearts because or not hearts, stars, because I love the colors. And I figure if you can, if there's ever a spread where you're going to use like sparkly stars, it's this one. So then I'm taking these alphas from Paper Person to stamp out, period. And that was my only addition to that 3x4 card. And I put that little sticker on the picture of Nora dancing. It says slay. Perfect little accent there. And then I just titled that photo of us, my fave PTA helper. And then I end up going back at the end, and I think off camera I spell out my mini with puffy hearts on that photo because I end up, or not puffy hearts, puffy alphas, because I've found some amazing rainbow alphas, again, from Paper Person, an older collection. I want to say it was like a part of a holiday collection. And then I was trying to decide what to do for this Be Proud of Who You Are card, and I ended up just adding some hash marks around the quote and a couple of little stickers, and that's it. And then I realized I needed to add the oof sentiment to the top of that story, the photo of reading that book, just because it's heavy stuff. It's not an easy conversation to have with your child when you're talking about things like people of color being killed for the fact that they have darker skin than we do. And so that's why I chose to put that piece of chipboard there. And then I'm just using my Heidi Swap 3x4 Destination Alpha stamps, as I do in every spread so far this year, to stamp out the week number, which is 23. I'm glad I added that little black puffy heart because I feel like it's a good grounding color on that card. And then we're moving to the bottom part of the spread and still the beginning of the week. After we stayed after school to hand out pizza, I took Nora to Joanne because I wanted a few things, and she chose to get this little mermaid terrarium kit that we ended up making. It was super cute. And that photo on the right of like the crystals and the crystals in the little jars is part of the process is you have to grow them overnight. So for 24 hours, they have to soak. I don't know. My husband did it with her because I was like, I don't have the patience to do this right now. So, but I just stamped on the photo of Nora holding the finished terrarium, minus the crystals, of course, because they weren't ready to go in yet, and added a few of those stars. And then this 3x4 card and this photo I mounted on the back of a 4x6 piece of copy paper so that they would stick together a little bit easier in that 4x6 section of the page protector. I stamped this and that. All the stamping was either done with the like Ali Edwards Stories by the Month stamps that come in the kits, or that Paper Person 3x4 stamp set, which came in a different kit. And then I'm just using this card to do journaling for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I did write Friday on there, but I didn't end up. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I wrote Friday on there. Just kidding. Then I'm going to do my journaling. I add a little bit of washi underneath the this and that sentiment and spot a part of a label and just journaled about how those crystals had to sit overnight and then they could go inside of the mermaid terrarium. So then I'm finished with that side and I'm going to move on to the right. By the way, this video is sped up to like 8 times the amount of time it took me to actually create these pages. But there was a lot of stopping and pausing because Nora's had a friend over while I was putting this together. So anyhow, I love that 3x4 card that's got the quote from The Greatest Showman, which is Nora's like favorite new movie, new to her anyway. And so I had to put that quote quote next to the picture that's going to go in the middle there of Nora with her fresh haircut. And then underneath it is a photo of my husband and I and what I got for lunch on our lunch date. Sometimes on Thursdays after I go to therapy, we will go and get lunch together. So that was a nice treat. And I want to embellish the photo of Nora with her fresh haircut with lots of color because it's a very white photo, which is good. And I totally screw this up. I end up stamping fierce and hating it. So I scrap the whole thing and I end up using the puffy alphas, which was a really happy accident because I love the addition of them throughout the spread. Doesn't it look so much better? It says fierce, and then I use the sticker that says work it, because obviously I thought it was a fun play on the name of the collection and also on the photo of Nora's fresh new haircut. And then I just embellished it with a sticker and a puffy heart. And I think I do come back in later with a couple other things. But for now, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of journaling. And that 3x4 card flip up says the only choice I made was to be myself. And then that's where I just talk about our lunch date. And you can't really see it, but it says current delights. You can see current, but not delights because of the washi, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I didn't decide like I hated it. And all I did was add a few stars to that 3x4 card and called that one good. And next I'm going to move over to the June 3x4 card and embellish that with a couple of stickers from the kit. I'm going to go with the Celebrate Pride, if I can line it up correctly, and then just put a little bit of washi up at the top. Keep it nice and simple. And then this photo is, I took this of my completed summer Storyline Chapters album, the 2 vacations we took last summer, and that was it was a huge accomplishment for me because it was my first time doing any type of scrapping in this particular style and trying lots of different things inside of the scrapbook. So I was very, very proud of that, and I just stamped pieces of my story on top of that photo, and that was it because it's a very bright picture with the cover of that album, right? I thought it kind of went pretty well. And then for this card, I did the same thing on the left that I did on the left, where I just go around and make little hash marks around the border of the design. And I'm going to embellish it with a red puffy heart, but then I don't like how there's 2 red puffy hearts next to each other, so I take that one off of the picture of me and I replace it with a couple other stars, and then I end up using the chipboard sentiment or word phrase rather, that says documented, because that's what this is. This is our vacation last summer documented. I just trimmed it down a little because it was a bit long, and that one is going to go back in the pocket, and now I can move over to the right middle part, which is going to be another flip up because we had baby chickens all weekend that we took home from Nora's classroom. And I totally forgot that I have a 4x6 photo that I printed out that's got like a grid of 9 different pictures of Nora with the chickens over the weekend that I need to add in to the album. So I'll have to do that off camera, and then whenever this first Project Life album is finished, you guys will have to come back and see if I know flip through, and then I can show you. I'm using some stickers from part of Paper Person's mini Pride kit, and I use them in a decorative plan with me, but I had a few left, so I do end up using as many of those stickers as possible on the photos and the different cards. I trimmed down the 4x6 rainbow card to do some journaling on the back of this photo of Nora holding the baby chicks, and I am just going to use the puffy alphas to spell that out. I love the colors in that collection. And then I am going to just add a little heart to embellish that photo and do my journaling on the flip out. And basically I'm talking about how they were so cute, but they were in the craft room with me and we had to keep the door shut. We thought the cat was going to try to attack them and be crazy, but he was actually afraid of them, which was funny. He didn't want to go anywhere near them. He was a little curious at first, but then he was like, no thanks. So it's probably because they stink. I don't know, but they stink, and it was a lot of cleaning and a lot of chirping, and I'm glad that it wasn't super hot that weekend because, you know, I had to be in my craft space, right? But the door had to stay shut and we had the heat lamp, so it was really warm in here. So I would have to like keep leaving the craft room periodically to take some breaks and get some fresh air. Nora would walk in and go, oh my gosh, Mom, it stinks in here. How can you sit in here? And I was like, I don't even smell it anymore. So, but they were so cute, and she had a couple of play dates throughout the weekend, so her friends got to hold them too, which was really cute. We did let them run all over the craft room on the floor. We have just like wood floors, and they pooped everywhere. So, you know. Anyways, so you can see that I'm just stamping on the photos, adding some embellishments. And then this super cute, this photo I love, even though it's not like even centered, but it's basically the label from this, a photo of the label rather, from this gluten-free ice cream sandwich that our neighbor got for Nora, and she's also gluten-free but doesn't have celiacs like Nora does. And so I took a picture of that and did a little journaling about that. In a minute you'll see me do that, and then I'm stamping a little treat for me and 100% guilt-free on this picture of my poke bowl, which we got on Saturday. After her friend Vivian came over, we brought her home, and then we went out to dinner. And it was our first time having dinner at this place because usually we just get boba at it. It's called Tai Chi Boba. And then I'm going to embellish the back of this flip out and then add my journaling. I just did journaling for Friday and Saturday. I like using my Tombow twin tone markers to write on my Project Life cards. They're just so versatile, and there's so many different colors. And then I'm just going to embellish the front of the photo with some washi and a little bit of a label there, and that's when I do the journaling. Add a few stars and call it good. Oh, and I added a GF for gluten-free using those puffy alphas. And I'm going to adhere the photo and the card that's going to go in the middle next to it to this piece of computer paper that I've already had pre-cut. And I'm going to use each of those sort of labels, if you will, to journal just like the main highlight for each day of the week. And so I put Monday, like the abbreviation for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on each of the hearts, and journal a little bit on each one. And then this picture of Nora and her friend Vivian is so cute. They both dressed up and they pretended they were going to a wedding or something. I don't know. I love that. And they just get along so well, and they spend the whole day giggling. And we love having her over. So I used The Future is Bright because thank God for the younger generation. They are so much more inclusive and less judgmental and justice loving than we are, in my opinion. But I'm not going to get on my preacher's stand today. I'm just going to keep it to narrating about my stories. And then I just added a sticker on that little heart there and did a bit of journaling on the top. Once that's done, that's pretty much it. I might add a couple of finishing touches, but you'll see them after I do the close-up. But that's going to do it for me. I love it. OMG. Talk about a colorful rainbow vomit in the best way. I love this spread. Oh my gosh. You know what? you guys, if you've watched my Project Life videos, then you know I don't usually stick to kits. So it still took me just as long, I'm not gonna lie, because I did, as you saw, mix in elements from Paper Person and a few things, maybe like stamps from Ali Edwards, but mostly it was the kit. And it just looks so amazing. So I'm going to do my silent, close-ups and let you guys see all the elements without me talking. So here we go. Okay, friends, well, let me know if you've got any questions about anything that I shared or talked about. I always have my DMs open over on Instagram, but I hope you enjoyed this process video. Like I said, will be sure to link Jenny's below because you definitely want to check her out. She is so fun. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, my sweet friends, and remember that you are enough, and I love you. Happy Pride. Bye.